Vulcans look to complete a perfect homestead here right before the holiday break, and in one final PSAC crossover matchup between the Lock Haven the Lock Haven Bald Eagles. Not a great start so far. The Bald Eagles of Lock Haven and the 13th ranked California Vulcans. My name is John Sape. Alongside me here today is my good friend Braxton Turner. Braxton, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited to see what performance both of these teams put together.
As am I. Like I said, not a great start. Ton of birds. Nate and I discussed this yesterday. Too many bird name teams in the conference, and we have another one here today. But the Vulcans coming off of a huge win last night, 100-71 win versus the Raiders of Shippensburg. The first time they scored 100 points since they were at Edinburgh last season. Led by Zion Collins, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for him. Bryson Lucas, first career double-double last night, 16 points, 11 assists to go along with 4 boards. And it was a very good showing all around from the Vulcans yesterday.
Yeah, Vulcans just did it all, did everything they were really supposed to. Really run on a run in the fourth quarter and just kind of broke away and just kind of sealed the game off.
And Nate mentioned it a lot of times yesterday in that broadcast. Once you give the Vulcans a lead, they're with the offense that they have, you're not coming back. And so, and Shippensburg caught the brunt end of that one last night, and the Vulcans are looking to do the same thing here today against Lock Haven. But Lock Haven coming off of a big win yesterday against Seton Hill, 83-73 win at Seton Hill. They scored 50 points in that second half of that game yesterday, led by Schultz, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals yesterday in that game.
Yeah, just kind of did it all. Had a supporting cast from Isaiah Stewart as well, also 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. So kind of a all-around effort from them yesterday.
We do have some starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Bald Eagles, number 4, Justice Schost, the 5'11 sophomore guard out of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Then you have number 11, Jalen Gorham, guard/forward, 6'7" senior out of York, Pennsylvania. Number 12, Isaiah Stewart, a 6' junior guard out of Madison, Wisconsin. Made his all the way over here to Lock Haven. Got number 21, Mike Naus, the 6'5" sophomore forward out of Horsham, Pennsylvania. And finally, number 32, Bryson Scott, the 6'4" guard/forward, the junior out of Tacula, Georgia. And then for the home Vulcans, the usual suspects, number 0, Jermaine Hall Jr., 6'5" guard/forward, a senior out of Baltimore, Maryland. Number 2, Bryson Lucas, a 6'6" forward, a redshirted sophomore out of Clarksburg, West Virginia. Number 3, Zion Collins, a 6'4" guard, a redshirted senior out of South Riding, Virginia. KJ McClurg, number 5, a 6'3" guard, sophomore out of Morgantown, West Virginia. And finally, number 15, DJ Slaughter, 6' guard, a junior out of Manassas, Virginia. The starting lineup for the Vulcans wearing the road black jerseys today, and the home white and red of Lock Haven. Lock Haven coming off of a back-to-back away, both away games, so not very easy to get the jerseys clean in time, especially when you're away from home. So kindly asked the Vulcans to play in their away jerseys today, and the Vulcans oblige, and we're gonna get some basketball here today. The last time these two teams faced was a little over a year ago today. They faced off, where is this at? On December 3rd of last year, 89-71 win for Lock Haven at Lock Haven. Jermaine Hall in that game, 22 points, 4 boards. Keith Palick not available today for the Vulcans, had 18 points and 11 rebounds in that game. The Vulcans getting a better end of this matchup historically. Looking to get a better end of it today. Vulcans going from left to right to start this game. The tip won by Lucas. And the Vulcans with their first possession of the game. Collins, who had an amazing game yesterday against Shippensburg, gets off to McClurg. 3-point shot from KJ, no good. Bryson Lucas gets the offensive board, and the Vulcans go again. Collins. Now McClurg here on the near side. Up top to Slaughter. Now Hall on the far wing, back up top to Slaughter. McClurg gets it to Lucas now. Pull up 3 from Bryson Lucas. That one too long. Rebounded by Gorham. And a foul in the open court. That one's going to go against Hall. Looks like Hall just caught a piece of Gorham on the head because Gorham was holding on to right above the eye. And so very quick first foul of the game for California. Now it's going to be Schultz and Lock Haven looking to get themselves on the board here first in this game. Schultz receives the pass driving and able to get past Collins, but the layup attempt no good. Rebounded by Lucas. Hall thought about the shot in transition, decided not to take it. Hall. Nice pass underneath to Slaughter, and Slaughter gets the first bucket of the game.
A nice little cut there by Slaughter. Left all alone, and great find by Hall.
Yeah, the passing ability this season by Hall has been outrageous. Like I said, 4 assists last night in that game against Shippensburg, and already with 1 in his pocket here today. Gorham trying to find a man inside, but tipped away by Hall, and the Vulcans able to keep that alive. Nice play by McClurg, and now quickly the other way, Hall in that far corner. Slaughter just bringing it back out, commanding the offense. Lucas on the near side wing, back up top to Hall. Deep 3 from Jermaine, off the mark, no good. 8:13 left to go here in the first half. The Vulcans the 2-0 lead. Lock Haven looking for their first basket of the game. Tyson Howard hits it over to Schultz. Back outside to Stewart for 3. Stewart off the mark, no good. Lucas able to grab the board.
Other side really, started the game, but just so fun trying to find the rhythm.
Kirk 3, no good. Leading the PSAC in three-point percentage at 50% coming into the game. Already 0 for 2 from behind the arc is KJ. Pass underneath, great positioning inside by Howard, but Howard took one too many steps. Going to get called for early travel. Slaughter going to take us across the timeline here. 17:30 to go. Collins able to get it to Lucas. Lucas handoff to Slaughter. McClurg, nice pass inside for Lucas. Lucas with good positioning. Gets the bucket to go, plus the foul. Bryson Lucas has a chance to convert a three-point play.
Bryson Lucas with the heads-up play, the pump fake, able to put it in the air, and the body control to stay with it and finish.
And just another prime example of the ball movement that has become a hallmark of this Vulcan team so far this season. Lucas makes the free throw. 5-0 California lead. Lock Haven still looking for their first basket of the game. Stewart on this near side. Double screen. Pass tipped by Lucas, but into the hands of Gorham. Back up top to Schultz. Schultz creating a little bit of space. Deep 2 made by Justice Schultz. Vulcan's going quickly. Jermaine to the basket, and Jermaine gets the bounce to go.
And hardly had time to gather. Jermaine pushing the effort and just easy layup.
It's always important for California to get him going early. Nouse. Great steal by Slaughter, able to jump the pass to Schultz. Slaughter able to find Collins inside. Collins went up for the shot, but good hands by Schultz, able to just smack that one away. Slaughter now in the corner for 3. Slaughter's three-pointer is good. 5 points for him, 10 for California, and that's the first timeout of the game by Coach Nestor and the Bald Eagles. 10-2 start for California, 16:25 left to go here in the first half. And the Vulcans already firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, right now they're just doing everything they're supposed to. Everyone touching the ball, slowing the offense to their tempo, doing pretty much what they want at this point. At the start of this game, as I guess that's what you want out of this team, especially to start the game.
Yeah, already 3 turnovers so far for Lock Haven, which is never something you want to see, not even 4 minutes into the game. It's led to a ton of California fast breaks and points, and that time it was a great recovery by Schultz just to stop Hall on his way up, but great effort by the Vulcans to get back in time. Able to recover. I think it was Lucas or McClurg who got the board off of it, able to get it out to Slaughter for 3, and just so far all around phenomenal effort from California, and off to a fast start, and something that so far this season that the Vulcans have liked to do. We've seen them with their fair share of struggles coming back in a couple of games, a couple close ones, but it's always nice to see a team getting off hot early.
Yeah, for sure. You would hope them to keep that momentum as they go through the game, and it's never really fun to be down, especially to start. It's never great working from behind.
After that timeout, both teams making their way back to the court. And I know Nate and I talked a lot about it yesterday. The Vulcans still not quite at full strength. They haven't had Palak for much of the season. Expected to be back here shortly. And so yesterday was the return of Whitehead and Polak for the first time in the season. So definitely going to be fun in the California camp once everyone is back to full strength. With already how the season's going, as Schultz turnaround jump shot. Very well contested by Collins, rebounded by Hall. Vulcans looking to extend this lead to double digits. Hall on the near side wing. Pass a little bit astray. Trying to find Lucas, and I think everyone in the court thought there was a tip, but no tip called. Ball's going to end up going out of bounds. It's going to be Lock Haven basketball. Coach Sankum, not one to shy away from showing his emotions. Not happy about that call.
Yeah.
Because it kind of just looked too uncharacteristically out of place for it to be not tipped. But first Vulcan turnover of the game. It's going to be Hayward now underneath the basket, working against Hall. Right-handed hook shot, left that one short. Hall grabs the board, and the Vulcans quickly the other way. McClurg in transition, three-pointer from him. KJ able to knock it down. His first bucket of the game, 11-point lead for Cal.
And KJ just not afraid to shoot. Quick three in transition.
The Magic Man, as monikered by Mr. Kurtz, and has proved it time and time again this season. The PSAC leader in points per game. Floater inside, and no good by Stewart. Lucas gets the board, the Vulcans, and Collins going quickly the other way. Collins slams it home over top of everyone. He's got the bounce, his first bucket as well. 13-point lead for the Vulcans, 14:58 left to go, 15-2 the score. Lucas nearly able to steal that one away, but Schultz able to get inside, and Schultz grabs himself another bucket, all 4 points in his back pocket. Lucas now in the post, working inside, tough shot, can't get it to go, but is going to get fouled on his way up by Harward. Bryson Lucas is going to get back to the line.
Bryson Lucas with just already 3 points so far in this game. Bryson Lucas, I believe, shooting 56% on the season. Yeah, 56%. And if you want anyone to get going, especially as your big man, Bryson Lucas, especially to help this offense. Right now, this Vulcans offense, everyone has a role to play. It's not a one-man show, but it's always a good thing to get multiple people going.
That was Harward's second foul already, so he's out of the game. Coming into the game, number 31, Colin Jones, 6'4", 245 pounds. Absolute beast of a human being out there on the court for the Bald Eagles. But Lucas made one, 16-4 to score. Schultz now working inside, running into the wall, which is Bryson Lucas. Back outside now to Naus. Naus up top to Gorham. Gorham on the drive inside with the right hand, no good. Foul's going to be, I believe, on the floor.
Yep.
That's going to go against Slaughter. His first, the team's second. The Vulcans make their first substitution of the game. Into the game comes Donald Whitehead Jr.
Yeah, Donald Whitehead Jr. Getting in last night in that game against Shippensburg. Not playing for a lot of time, but I guess he has yet to really find a rhythm since he's been out for so long. But once he gets going, it'll be definitely a good thing for the Vulcans.
Yeah, one of the most exciting players on this Vulcans team to watch. It's hard to say that when there's so many other ones. As Lucas gets the pass from Hall. A nice drive by Lucas. Can't get the finish, but gets the second tip in. Great find by Jermaine. I mean, just showing off all sorts of playmaking abilities. And Lucas gets himself another bucket. 18-4 the score. 3-point shot by Niles in the corner. Count it. Makes it an 11-point game, 18-7. McClurg back up top to Lucas. Hall. Nice no-look pass to Lucas again. Are you kidding me? Jermaine Hall, take a bow.
Man, the unselfishness right now. This whole Vulcans team is just unselfish with the ball, and that's, I say, it definitely feels good to probably be on a team like this where everyone can shine.
Just flexing out here is Jermaine. Just showing off everything in the playmaking arsenal. As it's Jones now looking to go to work against Collins. Collins holding his ground. Fadeaway shot from Jones, no good. fight for the board. Foul on the floor. This one's going to go against the Vulcans. California not happy about that one. 2 substitutions for Lock Haven. 1 for the Vulcans as Arnett going to come into the game. Actually, it's going to be Vulcan basketball, excuse me. They're going to call that foul on number 11, Jalen Gorham. So over the back foul, the Vulcans get the ball back. 3 fouls already for Lock Haven here in this first half as we're now under 13 minutes to go. 20-7 the score. Arnett. McClurg pull up 3. Off the mark, no good. Jones able to pull down the board. Schultz looking to just command this Bald Eagle offense. Takes the screen from Jones, gets the switch on to Hall. Pass over to Scott, who just came into the game here for Lock Haven. Jones now looking to post down, but great help defense by the Vulcans. Whitehead able to strip that one away, and the California Vulcans now going the other way. Whitehead turning on the Jets. Nice pass, trying to find Arnett, but going to be foul underneath the basket. Going to be a blocking foul, I believe, against Scott. 13-on-13 action as Whitehead was going downhill. Scott's first. Lock Haven's fourth. The Vulcans get the ball back. Hall able to get it to Arnett in the corner. Trying to find McClurg. And Schultz not happy about it. Maybe a bit of a telegraph pass trying to find McClurg. And Schultz tried to jump the passing lane, but got a bit too handsy on the way there.
It's already 5 fouls in the half alone for Lock Haven at this point in the game. They're probably going to definitely have to sit back and sit down and guard.
Yeah, it's 3 in like the last possession or 2, and the Vulcans going to pick up one their way. Moving screen by Antoine Arnett. His first, the team's third. And I think Lock Haven had 1 foul underneath the basket here, 1 right down here, and then 1 on the inbounds pass. So 3 quick fouls for Lock Haven, who find themselves 2 away from sending California to the line for a bonus. It's going to be Scott getting it over now into the hands of Jones. Jones, 3-point shot, too short. End up in the hands of Whitehead. 3-on-2 the other way. Whitehead taking it himself. Whitehead on the drive. A nice left-handed finish from the Don.
Yeah, Whitehead just looking like regular season form with that layup just going right at him and just fit with the finish.
Yeah, and you'd think standing at 5'10", he'd be scared to try to drive into the paint against these bigger guys, but the Don has no fear. Nice drive inside. Floater no good by Stewart, even though he had some good positioning in there. The Vulcans now trying to capitalize the other way. Collins nearly loses the handle on it, but able to recover. Whitehead trying to create some space. Arnett on the far side wing. Back up top to Hall. Hall, nice move inside. Nice spin pass, trying to find Whitehead, but a little bit too much momentum carrying him into the body of Stewart, who got in there, took the charge. And that'll send us to the first media timeout of the half, I believe. 22-7 is the score. And California going absolutely crazy so far in this game, and just the offense so far firing on all cylinders.
Yeah. And right now, all for the Vulcans, everyone doing their part. Not much to say in terms of turnovers, which it's only 3 turnovers. Not the best, but to be honest, not the worst, especially to be as aggressive as their offense is right now on the defensive end, doing what they're supposed to. Lock Haven just yet to really find an offensive rhythm. Vulcans keeping them to outside shots and mid-range, keeping them on their heels just a bit.
Yeah, Lock Haven so far 3 for 11 from the field, 1 for 3 from behind the arc, where the Vulcans 9 for 16 from the field, 2 for 7 from three-point land. And so, like you said, the Vulcans defense, which has been a big step up in this season compared to last season, ranking amongst the top teams, I believe 4th in the PSAC in points per game given up. But the shooting percentage is really where the Vulcans have been able to find some good answers. So I believe they're first in opponent field goal percentage allowed. And so when you have a team scoring like the Vulcans have and playing good defense on top of it, usually lends itself to winning basketball.
Yeah.
After that media timeout, We're now under 11 minutes to go here in the first half. 15-point lead for California. Pass nearly stolen away by Lucas, but Jones able to recover. Jones now inside, and Jones able to just get around Collins. Thought Collins was in for just a slam inside, but great finesse by the big man.
Oh, yeah, able to just move his body out the way of Collins, who had position otherwise.
Step back three from Zion. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded that time by Scott. Quick pass up ahead to Stewart. Stewart up to Jones. Jones now on the drive inside. Nice movement from Jones. Gets the bucket to go and the foul. Big man can move down there, and he's going to head to the line to try to complete a three-point play.
Hey, don't let the size fool you. Just because he's the size of a football player doesn't mean he moves like one.
Yeah, the graduate student and a Lock Haven native, went to Central Mountain High School from Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Able to make the free throw. 5 points now for him. 22 for Lock Haven. They cut the deficit now to 10. 22-12 is the score. McClurg over to Collins. Collins trying to create some separation. Man down on the floor. Collins trying to pass it to Arnett underneath, but great awareness by Bryson Scott to steal that one away. Scott on the drive, trying to go coast to coast and can't get the bucket to go, but another foul underneath the basket. I believe, again, going to go against Lucas. So 2 quick fouls picked up by Bryson Lucas.
Man, one thing I've noticed this season, whether it's actually a foul or not, Bryson Lucas always just seems to be on that end of picking up a foul, whether or not he's fouled is, I guess, is up to the rest, but he just always seems to be on the wrong end of those.
First free throw short by Scott. Vulcan substitution. Like I said, 2 quick fouls from Lucas. Into the game in his absence will be Dalman Alexander, number 20, the 6'7" freshman out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Coming into the game. 2 short free throws that time by Scott. So the Vulcans no worse for wear after that one. 22-12 still the score. So we're under 10 minutes to go. In the first half of play, Whitehead wide open 3-point shot from him at the top of the arc. Count it. 5 points now for the Dawn. 13-point lead restored here for California.
Whitehead just back at it.
Schultz gets it down inside to Jones. Jones working against Collins. Nice move. Colin Jones able to get the right-hand hook and over top of Zion Collins.
Yeah, Collins is, he's second in team scoring against Schultz, averaging 16.4 points a game, and we're starting to see why.
Collins on the near side, trying to work against Stewart. Pull-up 3 from Zion. Bucket. 5 points now for him as well, and Vulcan's now shooting on all phases. Arnett able to block the 3-point attempt that time, but Miller able to recover, and Miller able to make the bucket as well.
Just unfortunate there, but just right into the hands of just a beautiful stroke on that shot.
Alexander wide open 3-point shot at the top of the arc. Why not? Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Dylan Scott. Dylan and Bryson, both Scott brothers, on the court right now from Dacula, Georgia. Schultz with the jumper, and that one's good as well. Still a 10-point game, but Lock Haven showing a bit more fight back.
Yeah.
8:20 left to go. Caden Hanna sitting at the scorer's table waiting for the next dead ball to make his way into the game. Arnett now at the top of the key, driving towards his left. Arnett able to get good positioning inside and a good finish by Antoine.
Love the body control by Arnett, able to absorb the context, keep his feet planted, and finish over top.
Schultz on the outside. 2 players posting up on the inside, but gets the switch on to Alexander. Schultz just trying to go to work, blowing past Alexander. Left-hand shot, no good. Offensive board, grabbed by Dylan Scott, and the finish as well. His first bucket. Still a 10-point game. Whitehead able to drive by, pull-up jumper from the free throw line. And that's his favorite shot. 7 points now already for the Dawn.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter. Hitting it, he can hit it in transition, almost from coming from any spot, but right at the foul line. He loves that.
Miller. Hand off to Stewart. Back outside to Scott. 3-point shot from the wing. Too short. Whitehead grabs the board. 7:12 to go here in the first half. Whitehead, nice pass in transition, finds Arnett. Arnett able to get it to go, and the foul. Shifty moves by Arnett inside. Going to try to complete the 3-point play after this immediate timeout.
I say just it's a beautiful pass and beautiful finish. I say unselfish basketball is kind of some of the best type to watch. Almost didn't see him coming down on that fast break there, but a great find by Whitehead, and they were able to capitalize.
Okay, so far the Vulcans 7 assists already in this game off of made baskets. I mean, 7 assists on 14 made baskets. That's some pretty good work for California, who ranked near the top of the PSAC in assists per game, averaging about 14, 15 assists a game, which is pretty good. But, and like I said, just a hallmark of so far of this unselfish basketball play that we've seen from the Vulcans this season.
Yeah, it's especially easy to be unselfish when you have all the weapons the Vulcans have. You have different strengths and different things you can use and capitalize off of it, as Vulcans have done pretty well so far this season.
And with all these added additions for California, the rotation has been very nice to see, because I remember a lot of times last season you're looking at a 6-7 man rotation primarily, and that's it for the entirety of the time. Not a lot of breathing room for players to get some rest, but the Vulcans already at 7 men used today. I know yesterday they were at 10 pretty comfortably before bringing out some of the latter end of the bench players. But in this game so far, every player that has come in for California, besides Alexander, has a made basket. So the Vulcans spreading the love around a little bit. Alexander able to convert the Arnett able to convert the 3-point play. And a 15-point lead once again for California. 5 points already now for Antoine. 35 for California as we're now under 7 to go. Schultz up top to Scott. Over to Grip. Jones now on the drive, able to get past Hannah. Jones, his shot no good, and nearly fell on top of Arnett, who was on the ground, but going to be a blocking foul. I believe it's going to go against Caden Hannah. That's going to send Colin Jones to the line to shoot 2. And Coach Sankum not entirely happy about that call. I don't really think he's entirely happy about a lot of things as well. But I say this knowing he's a very nice guy. Always lovely to talk to him. Always a pleasure during the coaches show. But like he said, definitely an emotional man on the basketball court, and gets the best out of his players because of it. Arnett on his near side wing. Able to get it over to Collins, who takes the screen from Arnett. Collins gets the switch onto Scott. Pass into the corner, McClurg pump fake, drive, trying to get it back to Collins. A little bit of a give and go, but McClurg and Collins on the same page. Going to go out of bounds. Another Vulcan turnover.
I guess a couple of those a game are bound to happen, but I guess what's the mark of a great team or a good team is just how much you can limit those unnecessary turnovers.
Not only limit them, but also preventing the other team from benefiting off of them, because you can turn the ball over so many times, but if the other team isn't making the baskets, maybe it's not really mattering as much, but the Vulcans need to get a stop. That's the case. As Schultz on the drive. Got past Hannah, but unable to keep the basket, or to keep to allow Schultz from getting back without fouling. So that's going to send Justice Schultz to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be Hannah's second foul.
It's picked up 2 pretty quick. Right now, just Caden Hannah just on the end of just not the greatest positioning, and not the greatest positioning can put you in a rough spot like it has here.
And it's hard when you have that smaller guard in Schultz, who is just so crafty with the ball in his hand that he's able to just get by Hannah and able to force Hannah into a position where he's either going to allow a basket or has to foul him. And Schultz able to make both free throws. 8 points on the afternoon for him. And nearly able to steal that one away from McClurg, but KJ able to recover. Arnett now up top to Alexander. Alexander trying to set the screen, and another moving screen from California. And the Vulcans have very quickly racked up the fouls in their favor. And it seemed pretty grim as it was like 10 minutes left in the half, and Lock Haven was at 5 fouls. They've only picked up 1 since then, and Vulcans have picked up 6 and 1 away from sending Lock Haven into the double bonus. Scott on this near side. Up top to Grip. Grip trying to find a Schultz back door. Great cut, great finish by Justice Schultz.
Yeah, right now we just seen just a defensive laps by the Vulcans. Now you're just hoping that from this point on they can just sit down and guard and play their brand of basketball.
Still a 10-point game, 35-25 is the score. Whitehead up top to Collins, wide open 3 from him. Front of the rim, no good. Miller able to grab the board and sending the Bald Eagles flying quickly here. 3-point shot in transition. Off the mark, no good. Schultz able to get a bit luckily. The rebound falls to him. And Alexander can't control the momentum. Runs into him. It's going to pick up another foul. It's going to be his second. It's going to be the team's 10th foul, so Justice Schultz at the line to shoot 2. And Lock Haven now in the double bonus for the last 5 minutes of this half. And for a team that's losing, that's a huge deal because inevitably there's going to be just some fouls down the stretch, and it's going to be pretty beneficial for your team to try to pick up some easy points to get back in the game.
Yeah, especially when you put a team in foul trouble. They have to sit back just a bit and not be nearly as aggressive on defense as they were, I guess, to start the game. So whenever you can get a team in foul trouble, it's always a good thing or an advantage for your team.
12 points now for Schultz and cuts the Vulcan lead to single digits. Whitehead over to Alexander on the far side. Alexander spinning. Thought maybe a travel was going to be called, but maybe got away with that one a little bit. Under 10 to shoot. Whitehead pull up 3. Oh, counted. Oh, my God. In the face of Damon Grip. Deep 3 from the Don. 10 points now for him, leading all Vulcan scorers. Gives the Vulcans a double-digit lead back. 11 points now as Miller working underneath. Miller reverse layup and in. Great move by him. That was Jones. 12 points now for Colin Jones. Arnett up top to Collins. The player was down on the floor. Schultz was down. McClurg with the basket. Nice step back move. Pass it off to Alexander. 11 to shoot. Alexander on the drive. Alexander with the long strides and able to finish with the right hand off the glass.
He just has so much length. It's almost hard to cover that much ground with him.
Step back 3-point shot too short. Offensive board that time by Stewart. Stewart fadeaway jumper. Counted as well. These second chance points really biting the Vulcans in the back.
Yeah, that is now 11 rebounds for Lock Haven.
Nice pass from Collins to find Arnett on the cut. And Arnett gets himself another basket. Both teams just going back and forth, trading baskets. No team really finding some consistency on the defensive end so far. Yep. In the last couple of possessions at least. Schultz gets the switch on to Alexander, passes it off to Stewart. Stewart now underneath to Scott. Scott, spin move underneath, off the glass and in. Wanted the foul as well, but some great movement. Quick pass ahead, McClurg. Nice hop step in the lane. Basket's not going to count, though. A bit unfortunate as something that KJ does very well. But that's going to take us to another media timeout. 3:12 to go, 42-33 to score. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
Come on out to the Convocation Center and support men's and women's basketball for the 2023-2024 season. The Vulcans are looking to put the PSAC on notice this year after both teams are picked towards the top of the preseason conference rankings. There will be 13 men's games and 16 women's games at home. Follow calvulcans.com for any update. All games will be live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
Come out. Our team's going to be very exciting. We have a lot of good players. I think we play the game the right way, very up-tempo. I think we're going to be able to score some points. I think our defense is going to be great. Our guys have great energy.
Come to our games. I think once you get here, you'll really like what you see. I think it's exciting. These players put in a ton of time, a ton of effort to put out a good product on the floor. And like I said, I think it's super exciting, and you'll really want to come back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Convocation Center. 3:12 left to go here in the first half. The Vulcans with a 9-point lead over the Bald Eagles of Lock Haven. And like I said, coming into this game, the Vulcans ranked 13th in the country, 9-0 to start the season. one of the better starts they've had in quite a while, and first time they've been ranked since 2008. And after the week that they've had, if they're able to get a win here today, I know the men's rankings come out on Thursday. We'd likely see them probably bump up into the top 10 if they're able to get a win here tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely great team that we've seen the Vulcans have put together, that Coach Shancomb has put together this season. Multiple weapons, more, I don't know, contributors. I'd say more than we've seen previously. Multiple players coming off the bench versus Shancomb probably playing one or two subs, but now actually starting to use his bench, go a little bit deeper this season.
McClurg at the line to shoot 1-1, makes the first free throw. The only one that really counts. But like you said, there's a lot of players on the Vulcan bench that haven't, or that come and get rotational minutes that would probably be starters on a lot of teams. As McClurg makes the pair, and that's just the depth of this Vulcan team is has proven to be a benefactor here so far in this season. It's going to be Gorham able to find it. Jones inside Jones. Nice move, but going to be an offensive foul as laid a little bit too much shoulder into Hannah, and Hannah is finally doing maybe what Coach Sangham wanted to do, is just take the brunt of that force, and maybe not going to feel so great in the morning after that one, but did his job. Second foul of the game now for Jones.
You got to watch that big man.
Well, you sub him out for another one as Gabe Springer, 6'8" junior out of Wilkes-Barre, coming into the game in his stead. Whitehead takes the double screen. Nice drive inside by the Don, trying to pass it off, but great help defense by Locke, even able to knock that one out of play. Whitehead on the inbound, able to get it into Collins. Collins trying to get to his spot, left-handed layup in off the glass. Nice moves by Zion Collins. 7 points now for him.
Yeah, Zion Collins making the most of his height advantage off of that. Great finish.
Gorham now on the far side wing. Gets it up top. Stewart. Stewart trying to drive inside. Whitehead able to get a hand on it and strip it away. The Vulcans. Now everyone can breathe. There's a little bit of confusion. Whitehead passed the ball away and didn't want to touch it again because it would have been a turnover. But great hands in the passing lane that time by Gorham, able to steal that one away from McClurg. Stewart passes off to Schultz. Schultz driving inside. Pass it out to Stewart. Lockhaven now reset. Schultz driving. Tough mid-range jumper. Gets it to go. Looking to the referee for the foul call. And nothing was there. 14 points now for Justice. Whitehead taking this double screen again. Thought about taking the three-point shot. Pass off to McClurg instead. McClurg, step-back jumper. Short. Schultz, I think, got a little bit of a hand on it as well. On the drive, Gorham off the glass, no good. Blocking foul underneath. That's going to go against Hannah again. 3 fouls now for Caden Hannah. And once again, I think Gorham maybe got away with a travel there a little bit. Looked like he took a couple of steps underneath, but it's going to be Jalen Gorham now at the line. Alexander going to come into the game for Hannah. Like I said, 3 fouls for Caden Hannah in this game. Alexander into the game with 2 as well. Gorham, that's his first point of the contest. Second free throw up and good for him. Makes it a 9-point game, 1:29 to go. Both teams looking to finish strong here at the end of the half. Arnett. McClurg now, nice move to get past Schultz. Jumper long, but Alexander able to get the board. Tried to pass it off to Arnett, but ends up in the hands of Schultz. Schultz on the drive. Good hands by McClurg. Able to smack that one away.
They're going to cut him a foul there.
They're going to call that one against McClurg, and Coach Sankum a bit peeved by it because it looked like he got a good chunk of the ball, but maybe caught some of Schultz's arm as well. And you already don't want to give this man more points than here he does. 15 now for him, and closing up the gap even more. 8-point game now. Second free throw from Schultz. Short, finally missed one. Remains an 8-point game as we're about to cross the 1 minute mark left to go here in the half. Nice move from Whitehead. Alexander now and Arnett. Deep two from Antoine. No good. Rebounded by Gorham. As now we're under a minute. Grip. Back up top to Schultz. Swinging the rock around the horn. Stewart, 3-point shot way off the mark. McClurg able to come down with it. 11 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock as Collins underneath finds Whitehead. Whitehead bringing it all the way back out and just resetting here for California. Whitehead pull up three. Why not? Too strong. Grip able to grab the board. Shot clock off. And Lockhaven and Coach Nestor calling one shot is going to hold it. Make one final shot here at the end of the half. 8-point game, 46-38. Lockhaven looking to close it up before the half. Schultz looking to go work against McClurg. Schultz, hesitation move, crossover onto the right hand, moving shot, gets it to go as well. Whitehead, full court heave from the Don. A couple feet short. That's going to be the end of the first half. California 46, Lockhaven 40. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for an exciting second half here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
Are you a Penn West California student looking to get involved in media? You have two great choices, and for both, all majors are welcome. CUTV is the home for Vulcan Sports. Be a part of 80-plus live games both home and on the road. We're looking for announcers, camera operators, graphic operators, and much more. There are also opportunities to develop your own shows. Go to our YouTube page, CUTV Sports 1, and see all of the content. WCAL Radio gives you the opportunity to play your music and develop your own show. Be heard locally over the air in a 40-mile radius and worldwide online. That's 91.9 FM, Power 92. SAI Media of CUTV and WCAL. Get out, join up, be seen, and be heard.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Convocation Center as we get ready to begin the second half of play here between the California Vulcans and the Lock Haven Bald Eagles. It seemed like the Vulcans were going to run away with it early on in that first half, but Lock Haven were down but not out. They've closed things up a bit, made it a close game at half, 46-40 the score. And we can take a look at some first half stats. I mean, it's a pretty good display all around, especially from the field from both teams. Both teams shooting over 50% from the field in that first half. 51.7% for Lock Haven, 56.3% for California. The Vulcans making 5 out of 14 3-pointers compared to 1 to 7 from Lock Haven, but the real difference in the free throw department, 9 for 13 free throws for Lock Haven, 5 for 6 for California, 12 fouls in that first half from the Vulcans, 8 from Lock Haven. I feel like that's where a lot of the Vulcan struggles were picking up a ton of fouls.
Yeah, just Lock Haven's aggressiveness has just put Vulcans in a bad spot defensively, and they just seem to just be driving after drive after drive. And I think I'd like to point out, it's like you look at the assist totals, and it's just, I guess it's only a difference of 6, but still California with 8 assists and versus Lock Haven's 2, and that just means that they're playing a lot more one-on-one type basketball. And Justin Schoch has just been lights out so far in this game. Just went on a tear.
Yeah, Schoch in the game, 6 for 9 from the field, 5 for 6 from the line, adding up to 17 points, 2 boards in the game, a block and a steal to boot as well. I mean, he's been phenomenal. And as well, Colin Jones off the bench, giving you 12 hard minutes, 5 for 7 from the field, 2 for 3 from the line, 12 points, 3 boards. I mean, he's been a great addition to this team. Like I said, coming off the bench, the grad student out of Lock Haven, and he's giving you some good solid minutes. I do want to point out, we usually have a name game champion from the visiting team. I'm going to give this one to a player who's seen a few minutes in this game. Number 10, Damon Grip. I mean, just a solid name. And he, for me, wins the honor of the John Sape name game winner here for Lock Haven. But moving on. California, there were a lot of good things in that first half. I mean, it seems at times offense was free-flowing, everything was moving, everything was going well. But I feel like as the second half waned on, they started to slow down a little bit just in their approach and their attack. It seems like it wasn't going as well as it had early on, but and on the other hand, Lock Haven started to pick things up. So it's a tale of two halves within one half. You now can get the conclusion. So we begin the second half. Lock Haven going from left to right. California going from right to left to begin the second half of play. Schoch gets it off to Gorham. Gorham able to find Harward off the screen. 3-point shot way off the mark. The big man unable to knock that one down. Goes out of play. First offensive possession of the second half. Looking a lot similar to the first few offensive possessions of the first half of this game. Hall over to Lucas on that far side. Lucas, nice move. Spin move inside in the lane. Shot won't go, but Lucas fouled on the way up. Great move to get inside.
Bryson Lucas showing off the footwork to be able to get inside, draw the foul. And I said when he's being aggressive on the offensive end, good things seem to happen for this team.
Yeah, didn't see a lot of him or Hall in that first half. Only about 8 or 9 minutes for the both of them because they both had 2 fouls. As Lucas doesn't get the home roll on the first free throw. Still a 6-point game. 8 points for Lucas, in the game so far, making 9. So it's now a 7-point game. That foul was against number 33, Dyson Harward. It's his 3rd foul of the game for Lock Haven. Something to keep an eye out on. As it's ball is now in the hands of Schoch. Schoch bringing it back out, trying to work against Hall one-on-one. Schoch, nice dribble move inside in the lane. Schoch, right hand, no good. Second chance, no good. Fighting for the board. Finally, the California Vulcans come down with it. Hall up quickly. Nice find. Able to get it to Lucas. Maybe with a little bit of luck as well, but the Vulcans will take it, and Lucas gets himself another bucket. 11 now for Bryson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a Lock Haven defender got just a fingertip on it. But what a dot by Hall.
Yeah, sometimes it works out for you, but the vision was there from Jermaine Hall. 3 assists in the game for California. For him, at least, he's been phenomenal so far in that aspect. As Schultz now driving inside, loses a handle on it. Schultz able to get on the floor and get it back. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Schultz at the buzzer. Lucas swats it away, and the Vulcans going the other way. Collins now inside McClurk. Transition 3 for him. Off the mark, no good. Unfortunate. As Slaughter went up for the board. Going to get called for the foul, and looked like sometimes a play like that where Lucas just swats that one away can kind of just jumpstart a spark for your team, but Vulcans unable to capitalize on the offensive side. Vulcans getting the good looks, but just unable to get the ball to go so far. It's Stewart now working inside. Bit of contact as well, and Stewart, strong drive to the basket.
Man, Lockhaven just pounding it inside, keeping their head down, shoulder down. Honestly surprised they didn't go the other way. But I guess if you keep allow it, you're just going to keep playing like that.
Hall gets some space, pulls up for 3. And Jermaine hits it. First basket in a while for Jermaine Hall Jr. Extends the lead back to 10 for California now. 5 points on the afternoon for Jermaine. 1,000-point score here for California in his career. Tacking on some more here in the senior year. Pass down inside. Whistle blown. More contact underneath the basket. That's going to be Hall, and Jermaine's going to pick up his 3rd. And the Vulcans now 2 fouls quickly on in this second half.
Man, these fouls have just been eating away at both teams.
And Jermaine's got to be careful because you don't want him to pick up another foul so early on in this half. As it's Harward trying to go to work against Lucas. Gets the right-hand hook to go. 8-point game now here for California. Collins finds Hall. Thought about shooting. Hall hands it off to Collins. Mid-range jumper for Zion. And that's money as Zion Collins is so good when he's able to get to his spots.
Yeah, Collins, more, my opinion, more of a scoring guard. Once he gets going offensively, of course, it always clears up space for everyone else.
Yeah, he's not afraid to create his own shot. Very, very, very good at it. And like I said, once he's extremely adept at just knowing where his spots are, and he's just able to get to them, and it doesn't matter what type of shot he is, he's usually able to make it. Collins called on the foul on the floor, so 3 fouls already in the half for California. Schultz, cross up, drive into the lane, reverse layup with the left hand, able to get that one to go. 19 points for Justice Schultz in this game. Balling out so far here for the Bald Eagles. McClurk pump fake, drive, floater. No good. Fight for the board. Ends up in the hands of Harward.
I feel like KJ McClurk has yet to really get going on offensive end. Floater is not really a shot you see him shoot too much, so he's kind of still searching for his shot this game.
Yeah, a bit of a struggle in the last game or two after a sensational start to the season. Deep 3, no good from Schultz. Collins surrounded, able to get the rebound. Vulcans quickly ahead. Hall, pass just behind Lucas, but Lucas able to maintain possession. Lucas now on the near side. Hand off to Collins, deep 3. Zion Collins makes another one. Double-digit points now for Zion, 12, I believe, now for him. The Vulcans finally able to hit from behind the arc. Stewart gets it off to Gorman. Gorham on the drive, no good. Fight for the second chance, no good. Third chance, finally, can count it. Plus the foul. Jalen Gorham now going to go to the line to try to convert the 3-point play. And that's going to take us to our first media timeout. 15-19 left to go here in the second half of play. McClure is going to pick up his second. The team's 4th foul already here of the second half. It's a 9-point game awaiting the free throw after this timeout. And so far, like you said, Lockhaven have really proven to be physical. I mean, they've got some big bodies on their team, and they have not been afraid to just get the ball in the paint, let them bang against California inside, and just try to force them into foul trouble. And, I mean, so far, if the lineup stays the same going on the court, the Vulcans have 4 out of their 5 players on 2 or more fouls.
Yeah, right now they just, as you were saying, they just keep going inside, and it seems to be working. If you were to look at the stats alone, you would think they aren't really dominating in that category. 20 rebounds for Cal, 20 for Lock Haven, but even offensive rebounds Lock Haven has only an advantage with 5-4. So I'm guessing it's really the difference is them scoring off of second chance baskets.
Yeah, and so far it's really been on the back of Justice Shotes, the 5'11 sophomore guard out of Holy Redeemer High School from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, just doing so much for this Bald Eagles team. I mean, 7 for 14 from the field, 5 for 6 from the line, leading his team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks in minutes in this game. I mean, any stat you can think of, he's leading the team so far. No turnovers as well for him, which is phenomenal considering how much he has the ball in his hands as well. And after that media timeout, it's going to be Jalen Gorham at the line to shoot one shot, trying to convert a three-point play. 57-48 the score. 57-49 now the score. Gorham able to knock down the free throw. 15-15 left to go here in the second half. The Vulcans nursing an 8-point lead. Hall gets it now to Slaughter. Slaughter, crossover, pass off to Hall. Hall trying to get inside Hall. Finds Lucas. Lucas on the drive, kicks it back out to Hall. Pump fake. Collins now. Jab step, Collins working inside. Lucas in the corner, going baseline, back out to Collins. Mid-range jumper at the buzzer, no good. Gets the offensive board himself. Shot no good, but Collins fouled on the jumper. That one's going to get against Gorham, and Vulcans catching a couple of breaks there, able to get some nice offensive board. But once again, great ball movement from California, just hot potato type passing. Just everyone has the ball for 1 second, no more than two, just passing it off, trying to get an open look.
Yeah, great ball movement and a great, I'd say, a defensive possession there by Lock Haven, not really giving much space for a shot.
Collins not able to make the first one. Is able to make the second. You would think Collins shooting over 50% from the field this season, that he'd be an excellent free throw shooter, but on the season only shooting about 60%. So not ideal, as Stewart on the drive in gets that one stripped away from him. The Vulcans have the ball, and it's Slaughter. Slaughter working inside, keeps it himself, coast to coast from DJ. Gets himself another basket. 7 points now from Slaughter.
And you gotta love the body control by Slaughter there. Not an easy basket, especially going that fast in transition.
Deep three-point shot. That one's good from Naus. Mike Now, excuse me. Three-point shot from him. 6 now in the afternoon from the sharpshooter. 8-point game again. Slaughter up top to Hall. Finds Lucas off the screen. Lucas to Slaughter. Step back three from DJ again, and why not? DJ Slaughter with another three-pointer. 10 points now in the afternoon for him. Gives the Vulcans an 11-point lead again. Both teams once again just trading basket for basket here. High pass able to be brought down inside by Harward. Harward turning, going baseline. No good, and Lucas trying to plead his case, saying he just went straight up with his hands, but the referee not going to oblige, and Lucas going to pick up his third. The team's fifth already. That's going to send Dyson Harward to the line.
Man, so seeing all the games we've seen so far this season, I'm starting to feel bad for Lucas. Just starting to pick up fouls here and there. Now, my honest opinion, I can't say that was a foul. No, don't mean to bash, but I honestly like to watch players. Let's let the players play. And to be honest, that contact didn't really mean much. When you're down low, you're just gonna pick up more fouls, and
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more contact down. So I guess the fine line for referees, especially, is trying to find that medium.
It's bound to happen when you're in those types of positions. As Harward makes the pair, and after making both, he's gonna make his way off the court, and Colin Jones is gonna come back in. And during those free throws, Antoine Arnett checked back into the game for the Vulcans in place of Bryson Lucas. Collins now on this near side. Double screen set for California. And an open court foul. That one's going against number 12, Isaiah Stewart. His first, the team's third. Vulcan's going to inbound in front of their own bench now.
And these energy, especially in the women's game before this, and these games have just been off the charts, basically. So it's been so chaotic. I mean, so many fouls, players just playing a lot more aggressive.
Slaughter kept it himself, and some contact on the way through, but nothing called. Nice pass up top, and Arnett swats it away. Second chance, though. Good by Gorham, and Lockhaven moving quickly in this second half. 7-point game now, McClurg. Off the screen up top to Slaughter now. Hall looking for a pass. Driving baseline. Nice pass inside to Arnett. Arnett bumping inside, and Arnett finishing around the rim. Great physical inside movement by Antoine Arnett.
Man, with how quick these guys are moving, the body control that they're showing is just great. Arnett, that's not the easiest shot coming off, especially absorbing the contact, especially.
I'm just saying, if that was me, I would not be feeling so well tomorrow, but that's what they do best. As McClurg back out to Hall. 3-point shot from him. Why not? Too strong. Pulled back in by now. It's a 9-point game. A sub for either team. Waiting in the wings for the next dead ball. Schultz with 19. Stewart. Off to Gorham. Gorham now to Jones in the post, trying to go to work against Arnett. Good hands by Antoine, and Hall comes down with it. Hall fakes the handoff to Collins, keeps it himself, gets the switch on to Schultz. Back out to Collins. Vulcan swinging the rock. Jones went down to the floor and took Arnett down with him. A bit unfortunate, as it looks like it was a bit of a slip.
Yeah.
And Arnett looks like hopefully both of them not all right, because two big guys falling down, but that's going to take us to immediate timeout. 11:50 to go. 65-56 the score. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. But why? My. Oh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Convocation Center. 11:50 to play here in regulation time. California 65, Lockhaven 56. Nice, tightly contested bout after a bit of a blowout game in the last one for the Vulcans, and trying to finish off this homestead undefeated. Like I said, great start to the season, 9-0. And after this game, doesn't really get much easier. They have a nice break after today. Play in a few weeks' time against Mansfield on the 30th. And finally have about a week off until they get into the new year, where they play against Westchester and Gannon, both games here at home, both super important in conference play. So we're back. Collins, fadeaway. Oh, tough shot, no good. And a fight for the board ends up in the hands of Scott. Schultz. Nice pass inside to find Gorham.
Yep.
Bit unfortunate, as like I say, he's a big guy. The momentum was taking him towards the baseline, and that forced him to take one too many steps. Got called for the travel.
Yeah. I say that isn't the easiest thing to do, is come down with momentum and keep your footing. It's pretty hard to do, but just kind of slipped up and lost his footing on that play there.
Yeah, the natural thing to do is take a step, which you're not allowed to do. As Whitehead works inside. Nice moves from the Don. And Scott almost got the block, but first got a piece of Donald on the way up. So Donald Whitehead Jr. now going to make his way to the free throw line. It's going to be Scott's second, the team's fifth of the half. And like you said, Whitehead had about 7 points in the last game. For his first minutes here in a few games, coming off a bit of an injury. So it's nice to see him back and playing once again, because we can see what he can do to this Vulcan lineup. Substitution. Out of the game is Hall. Into the game once again is Lucas. Second free throw from Whitehead is good. He makes them both. 12 points now for the Dons, 67 for the Vulcans. An 11-point lead restored for California with 11-11 here to go in the second half. Jones hands it back to Stotz. Or Stotz playing a little bit of 1-2 action here. It's now Stewart getting it over to Scott. Deep 2 from Scott. And that one's good. Deep 2 is not typically a shot you see a lot anymore, but that time Scott able to knock it down. Collins working his way inside. Right hand, that one way too short. Wanted to call, but nothing from the referees underneath the basket. Chance now for Lock Haven to capitalize. Jab step, pump fake, drive from Scott inside. Gets it to go off the glass, going after Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas just kind of not in the best spot there. Probably normally could get a good contest on it, but with the fouls he has in this game and what they call, he probably just best just to sit back just a bit.
Yeah, and so smart from Lock Haven on the offensive approach, going after the guy with the fouls. Nice pass underneath from Whitehead, able to find Lucas, and Lucas lays it in off the glass. 69-60 now is the score as we're under 10 to go. Once again, great passing. Deep 3 off the mark. 3 players fighting for the rebound. It's going to end up in a foul underneath the basket. And this time again, it's Bryson Lucas. And a bit interesting to see because it didn't seem like there was anyone for California, or from Lock Haven, excuse me, around the basket to try to get that rebound.
Yeah, they're going to say a push. And to be honest, these refs have just called contact. If there's contact, they're most likely calling it at this point.
It's a physical game, and so far Lucas not getting the better end of it as he has 4 fouls now. Hall comes back into the game for him. Schultz on the drive inside, kicks it out to Stewart for 3, way off the mark. And another foul underneath the basket this time, going against Scott and the Bald Eagles, as there was another push underneath.
And this game has just been physical from both ends. Everyone, I say this game a little bit more, in my opinion, has been scrappy.
And that's what we were talking about a little bit. Is it's up to the referees to set the tone for the type of game you can play, and sometimes they'll let them play it out, let it get a little bit more physical, and once it gets to a point, then they'll call it. But this one, they've said it right away that no contact at all, but great spin move by Hall and the reverse layup underneath. 7 points now for him, an 11-point game again. Pump fake from Scott. Miller now underneath. Miller can't get to the shot to go. Second chance effort, that time by Scott. Able to get it to go now. Hall on the far side. Thought about the shot. He gets it back out to Whitehead. Just slowing things down here. Arnett. Up to McClurg off the screen for 3. KJ finally makes one. What a better time to knock it down. Makes that 12-point game now 8 points for KJ McClurg. Scott on the drive, and great block by Hall. And second chance basket is good by Scott, and another foul from the Vulcans. That time it's McClurg. It's going to be Bryson Scott now at the line to shoot one to try to convert the 3-point play.
McClurg with his third already. And they're just calling everything.
Yeah, but a great drive by Scott, just going after the smaller defender in McClurg.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that's McClurg's second as they recalculated that one. McClurg's second. But it's still the team 7, so Lock Haven in the bonus already with 8.5 to go. McClurg off the screen, pump fake, drive. McClurg through traffic, gets the floater to go. The Magic Man now heating up. It's 10 points for him.
Yeah. McClurg, that's one thing I haven't seen him shoot much of is a floater, but I guess he's going to have to get used to it as Lock Haven's chasing him off the line just a bit more.
Miller, no good on the attempt. Whitehead screaming for it across the court. Nice pass from Hall to find him underneath. And Whitehead held himself up in the air for so long and got hacked down by Miller underneath, or Jones, excuse me, underneath.
Yeah, that's not a bad, I'd say that's not a bad foul by any stretch.
Either way, the Vulcans will take it. The third foul now for Jones. We've seen how big and important he's been for this Bald Eagle offense. Whitehead misses the first. Substitution as Harward going to come back into the game. Harward on that was Jones's 4th foul. They finally updated the board. So Jones sitting on 4 fouls. Very important for the Vulcans if he comes back into the game to attack him. But Harward back on the court, 3 fouls for him. Second free throw from Whitehead is good. 13 points now for him. The Vulcans still a 12-point lead as we're under 8 to go. 77-65.
And one thing I'd like to point out is both teams currently are sitting above 70% in the free throw category. So that's always a good sight to see, and I guess why this game has been as close as it is, or kept the same as it is.
Scott, dribble drive, pass out inside to Harward. Harward looking for an option, needing some help, but Harward going to get called underneath, and that's going to take us to another immediate timeout with 7:38 to go. Vulcans still up by 12, and like you said, it's both teams shooting over 70% from the line, but California in this game still proving dominant on the offensive side of the ball. It seemed a little bit slow, but 58% from the field, 45% from 3. I mean, they've been phenomenal so far in this game.
Yeah, just below 50%. I mean, the closer you are to 50%, the better, and especially from deep. I feel like, of course, 3-point percentage as a team even will be generally lower than a 2-point shot, but everyone's just seeming to fires. Zion Collins 2 of 4 from deep, KJ 2 of 6, Slaughter 2 of 2, and Whitehead 2 of 3. With the only other attempt coming from Dylan Alexander, 0 for 1.
Yeah, in this second half, 31 points for California, 11 for 18 from the field. So shooting 61% in this half, 4 for 6 for 3, 5 for 8 from the line. Compared to Lock Haven, 10 for 24 in this second half, 1 for 6 from behind the arc. Have made all of their free throws, but like I said, last season, this Vulcan offense was there. I mean, we saw it a ton of last season, huge glimpses, especially with Palick. But in this season, it's been but last season, the defense wasn't quite there. We saw it struggle at times. They saw the defense get exposed. But this season, it's really been the difference. I mean, like I said, top 2 or 3 in almost every single defensive category you can think of. I mean, they've been right up there with the best of them, not allowing teams to score the ball. And I think the biggest mark is from the field. I mean, they've been able to not only be top in shooting the ball, but able to prevent teams from scoring as well.
Yeah, call me old-fashioned. I already said this on over air before, but defense wins games. You can have offense, but defense always has to be there. That makes it that much easier.
Yeah, like I said, as Shoach drives in, nice move from him. And a great finish. But Vulcan scored 100 points last game against Shippensburg. The last time they scored 100 points was against Edinburgh, later on in the season last year. And that Edinburgh game at Edinburgh finished 106-97. So you're scoring a ton of points, but it's still a close game last time. But yesterday the Vulcans did it on both ends of the court. It ended up being a pretty comfortable victory for California in the end. As Whitehead, some contact underneath. Hall found underneath by Arnett. Great ball movement once again. And Jermaine Hall able to get himself another basket. Shoach, 21 points for him. Doing everything he can to keep Lock Haven very much alive in this game. Gets the ball back, going against Hall. Nearly gets it ripped off of him. 3-point shot from Stewart, too strong. McClurg able to come down with the rebound in California. Maybe doing the right thing, slowing things down, getting the tempo low, just taking as much time off the clock as you can. So you're winding things down here as try to close out this game as McClurg. Far side. Hall now on the near side wing. Some contact off the ball as McClurg hit the deck. Foul's going to be on the floor. Another one for Bryson Scott. Going to pick up his 4th. Team's 8th of the half. And that will send the Vulcans to the line. And KJ McClurg has a chance to shoot 1-1 here. It's 2 substitutions looking to make their way to the court now for Lock Haven. Mike No. And Damon Grip back out onto the floor here for the Bald Eagles. McClurg, the quiet 10 points, 3 for 10 from the field so far in this game. Not great, especially from his standards. With McClurg getting the points where it matters. First free throw from him is good. 13-point lead now for California. McClurg makes the pair. 2 touchdown lead now for the Vulcans. So we're going to cross the 6-minute mark. 81-67 the score. Transition 3 this time from Scott. Way off. But another foul underneath. We've seen a lot of this so far, just these off-the-ball fouls, trying to fight for rebounds, and it's going to be another foul against Hall, his 4th, and that's going to send Dyson Harward to the line to shoot 1-1.
And both teams having players in foul trouble is never really a good sign.
Hall gets subbed off. Bryson Lucas back onto the court. Both had 4 fouls. And the free throw, the first one on the 1-1 is missed, so you don't get the second half. 4 Vulcans on the floor with 10-plus points. The only one not being Arnett. McClurg, guarded closely by Schultz. Passes off to Collins in the corner. Collins, nice move to get inside. Pass off to Arnett. Arnett went for the slam and thought he was going to bring the house down, but got blown up in the air. Antoine Arnett hopefully is all right, but he's going to go to the line. I mean, if he would have slammed that, I think the rim would have came off off the backboard.
Definitely would have been a much needed momentum shift for the Vulcans here.
There's a great find underneath as well by Collins. Yeah. So Arnett makes the first. So all 5 Vulcans on the floor in double-digit scoring. It's going to be a substitution. Caden Hanna coming onto the court. Bryson Lucas is going to go to the bench. I think some tactical substitutions by Coach Sankum as Hanna's on 3 fouls. Lucas is on 4, just preserving Lucas for the end of this game as Arnett unable to make the second free throw. It's a 15-point game, 82-67 the score. Schultz with 21 points in this game. Working against Hanna. Schultz inside, ran into Collins and literally ran into him. Going to get called for the travel. And that one got the Vulcan faithful behind us and the bench a bit fired up as Lucas comes back into the game. Coach Nestor, in his 12th season for the Bald Eagles, not entirely happy about that call, and Schultz seemed a bit confused, but great defense once again on the help by Collins. Lucas on the drive finds McClurg in the corner. McClurg, baseline drive in the air, can't get the finish. Every time he goes inside, it looks like he could pull off something special, but McClurg going to go to the line to shoot 2. Dyson Harward picking up his 4th foul, and the Vulcans now in the double bonus. McClurg, confident, makes the first one. Hanna comes back into the game. Lucas now back to the bench again. 13 for KJ, make it 14.
Yeah. KJ has been off from the rest of the floor. He's been on tonight from the foul line, going 6 for 6 tonight.
Yeah, coming into the game, he was shooting 55% from the field, 50% from 3, and like 81% from the free throw line. So just all around great shooting season so far from KJ McClurg, the top scorer in the PSAC. No for 3, off the mark, no good. Arnett, great board from him, and the Vulcans needed it as Collins in California calming things down. You hear Coach Sankum telling him to slow down. Is nice behind the back pass. McClurg getting it back, driving inside again. McClurg finishing him even with the contact. And he hasn't been on all night, but McClurg really turning it on down the stretches. Great pass by Harward underneath, and Harward got Collins to bite, jumped up in the air. And Dyson Harward going to go back to the line. Second foul of the game for Collins, and heard Coach Sankum yell, "Wake up," because Harward was just left all alone underneath the basket as he knocks down the first free throw.
Yeah. I mean, the defense in this game played by the Vulcans so far has not been bad. It has been enough to keep them in the lead, but just, I guess, this one too many defensive lapses, more than Coach Sankum would like, I guess, in a game like this, most of them being just mental lapses here and there.
Second free throw missed by Harward. 4:05 left to go. The Vulcans up by 18. It seems, the way that the game's played, it seems like it's a lot closer than the scoreline suggests. Whitehead, nice pass underneath. Arnett with a touch and the finish at the rim. Great find by the Don. 12 points now for Antoine Arnett. 3:40 to go. 20-point game, deep three by Schultz. Clanked off the rim, no good. Schultz starting to cool off a bit. I mean, he's been the lifeline for this Lock Haven team, but unable to get some buckets here in the last couple of minutes. Collins. Now, Whitehead on the drive. Whitehead in the air. Can't get it to go. Thought there was some contact as well, but nothing called, and Collins going to foul in transition, and that'll take us to another immediate timeout. 3:12 to go, 88-68 the score. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back here on CTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
Are you a Penn West California student looking to get involved in media? You have two great choices, and for both, all majors are welcome. CUTV is the home for Vulcan sports. Be a part of 80-plus live games both home and on the road. We're looking for announcers, camera operators, graphic operators, and much more. There are also opportunities to develop your own shows. Go to our YouTube page, CUTV Sports 1, and see all of the content. WCAL Radio gives you the opportunity to play your music and develop your own show. Be heard locally over the air in a 40-mile radius and worldwide online. That's 91.9 FM, Power 92. SAI Media of CUTV and WCAL. Get out, join up, be seen, and be heard.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center. It's the Vulcans with a 20-point lead over the Bald Eagles of Lock Haven, the 13th ranked California Vulcans, I might want to add, but like I mentioned a few minutes ago, the Vulcans have a tough road ahead of them. Only one more game before the new year. That's on the 30th of December against Mansfield, at Mansfield, before they have two games right after New Year's on the 4th of January and the 6th against the number one team in the West, or in the East, excuse me, in Westchester. And on the 6th against nationally ranked, I believe 17th in the country. The first free throw is good. Gannon, the Golden Knights of Gannon, who last season did not have the season they would have won and finished near the bottom of the PSAC. But this year, new coaching staff, a ton of new players. The Vulcans are going to sub out everyone. All five off the floor for California. Into the game, Brooks, Alexander, Goins, Slaughter, and Hannah. So a fresh five on the floor for California. Looking to get some minutes here with 3 to go. But that's going to be the true test, as both teams in Gannon and California undefeated so far this season. As Goins now working his way inside. Goins, no good. And again, you would think someone, maybe a bit of contact underneath. Nice drive inside by Grip. Grip trying to get the layup to go with the hand. That one won't go. That one going to go against Jalen Goins, his first. Now Damon Grip at the line to shoot 2.
Man, so far what I've seen from the Vulcans on defense, I mean, it's so easy to be called for those fouls. Those are just fouls you just don't need. I say, in my opinion, they're not dropping back to the basket as much as they should. For as quick as these players are, you probably need to take a larger step back and give up just a little bit more ground. I think they're just not trying to give up as much. You just have to be willing to give it up at this point.
Goins on this near side, now up top to Brooks, the freshman. Alexander working inside, pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Gets that one to go. Dalman Alexander able to get himself a basket.
Nice little jump shot, I say. Almost a forgotten art, just using his length and actually rising over the defender for the bucket.
Yeah, usually when you just see the big guys, they're only shooting around the rim, but you're 6'7". I mean, you can shoot it over anyone. drive inside, and Alexander got a piece on it. It was Springer trying to drive, and Alexander got a block, and now you see Slaughter doing the smart thing, the veteran point guard, just slowing it down, just trying to take some time off the clock. Brooks off the screen, driving inside. Nice hop step into the lane. Hand on it, but the Vulcans able to keep control of the ball. Shot clock didn't reset, so only 10 left. The Vulcans need to go quickly. Nice hesitation move by Slaughter. Inside, dumps it off to Alexander. Right hand, no good. And a late whistle afterwards. It's going to be a shooting foul against number 1, Sean Smith. And Dalman Alexander is going to make his way to the line. (90-71) is the score. The Vulcans in a position to potentially put up another 100 spot, but they'd have to be some pretty adept to get some more points here at the end of the game. But Alexander able to make the first one. Doesn't make the second. Still a 20-point game, 1:38 to go. Vasquez. Over to Smith. Now in the hands of Scott. Scott, deep three-point shot from him. Rolls the rim, no good. Goins able to grab the board. Singleton at the scorer's table waiting. Hannah thought about the three. Didn't take it. Goins up top to Brooks. Vulcans passing it all around. Basket blown off. Offensive foul again for California. We've seen, I think that's one thing we've seen a ton of them. A lot of these moving screens.
Yep.
That's going to be, again, that one's going to go against Alexander, his third. Brandon Singleton, number 10, going to make his way into the game in place of DJ Slaughter. As we are now under a minute to go here in the Convocation Center. The Vulcans emerging victorious from this game here against Lock Haven, going to remain undefeated on the season, 10-0. And a nice job to have an undefeated Homestead after such a long time away from home in those first opening months. But I believe it was Brooks that time on the block. Alexander, now Singleton. Alexander inside, nice move, spinning around, looking for fadeaway shot from him. Oh, disgusting from Dalman Alexander.
Beautiful footwork.
Proving worthy in his minutes here. Career high for him, 30 with 7. Deep three-pointer, no good. Offensive board, second chance, no good. Brooks finally secures the rebound. And a pass head to Singleton, and Singleton isn't going to take the free points. Sportsmanship at the end of the day. Runs out the clock, and that's going to be the end of it here at the Convocation Center. Braxton, any final thoughts?
It's a great showing here by both teams. Shotes on Lock Haven just absolutely all went on a tear, but seemed to cool out in this second half of the game. But great showing offensively here by the Vulcans.
It was a great win from the Vulcans, and they win. The 13th ranked California Vulcans able to get their 10th win of the season, 93-71 over the Lock Haven Bald Eagles. From everyone here at